council member. She is in her 33rd year of working for the American Indian Resource Center's Educational and Talent Search Program. She first met Wilma Mankiller in 1986 while competing in the Miss Cherokee competition and working in part-time positions for the Cherokee Nation. Her reign as Miss Cherokee allowed her and her family an opportunity to establish a friendship with Wilma, as with me and she. Please welcome my dear friend, Audra, to the stage.
Wow, that wasn't fair to put me up here after Chief Hoskin. I kind of felt like I'd gone to church, right? Thank you for that. Mary Kay, would you like to go next? Okay, sorry. All right. Thank you for having me. I'm actually very humbled to have been asked to be a part of this event today. I'm sure there are people out there that have an even stronger relationship with Wilma Mankiller, but I feel like what she did for me and what she continues to do for the young women of our nation has to be shared. So I may not have been one of the family, but she always made me feel like family. So first of all, let me ask you, let me see a raise of hands. How many of you had Barbies? How many of you had Barbies? Yeah, we all had Barbies. But did you have a native Barbie? No. Did you have a Barbie of color? No, I didn't. I lived in Spavinaw. We didn't have that. I didn't have access to that. And it wasn't until the 67 or so that there was a doll, the first doll of color came about, and her name was Francie, but she wasn't an actual Barbie. She was a friend of Barbie. So she wasn't a real Barbie. Then around 68, there came Christy. And she was built just like Barbie. She was made just like Barbie, but she had the features of a black woman. But she was still not quite a Barbie of color. It wasn't until 1980 that there was a black and Hispanic version of Barbie. These are all things that I researched because I thought I need to know my Barbies before I get up here and talk about them. My Barbie was a quick curl Barbie. Do any of you remember that? Her hair was a little more textured, and she came with this little wand, and you put it in there, and you twisted it, and you pulled it out, and she had a nice pretty curl. Then you could mess it all up and do it again. And I had Malibu Ken. Will there be a Charlie? Some of you might say, sure, there can be a Charlie. But by that time, I was 12 years old. I was like 7th grade. I wasn't playing with Barbies anymore, so I didn't have one of those. But, you know, at my age today, I will have one of these, and it's on its way. I just wanted to share, I had met Wilma Mankiller and Charlie so early, in my early years, as just a community member of Spavinaw. That's where I grew up. And our family was very involved in trying to build our community. And these folks came in and helped us. They helped us, and they said, one of the things that I learned from Wilma along the way was that if you say you're going to do something, you do it. And she did it. She helped us get our community building. She helped us with all of the things that we needed, the infrastructure to build our little community and to make it thrive and to make it grow. My mom just shared a story with me a little bit ago, and I thought, I've got to share this. But you know, how many of you have been to Spavinaw? Raise your hand, yeah. You ever been to a Spavinaw parade? Yeah. So you know you start down by the old school. It's an old school now because I think it's a disco actually. It's really, yeah, not a school anymore, but you started down there and you went up Main Street, up the hill at the end of the street, turned around and then came back. The whole parade. So you got to see it twice. Well, we had asked Wilma to be the grand marshal of our parade one year, and it was getting close to time to start, and she wasn't there, she wasn't there, she wasn't there. And when she did get there, she said, "You know, who would have thought I'd been in a traffic jam in Spavinaw, Oklahoma?" Everybody came for the parade. So when I came to college, moved here to college, 86, yeah, I'm gonna date myself now. But I ran for Miss Cherokee for the first time. So, yeah, I ran 3 times. In case y'all don't remember that little part of history, third time, they said, "Give it to her. Or she will be back next year." Tracy Rabbit says, "Yes, give it to her, please." So I came here and I ran for Miss Cherokee, and that's when I really got involved in Cherokee Nation. And I was a part-time or full-time college student and a part-time employee through some of the programs here at the tribe. And during that time, I got to know Wilma even better. And like I said, 88, they finally gave it to me. I was Miss Cherokee, and I got to travel with her and do all the cool things. I was so excited that I was, and so honored that I was a Miss Cherokee during her reign as chief, because she taught me a lot. She taught me many things. One of the things that she taught me was that, you know, you continue to do the work, even when people around you take the credit. She said, because people see the work that you do. Even though others may be taking your thunder, people are still seeing it. So continue to do the work. And I've always continued to do the work. And I appreciated that from her, because it made me feel like it gave me that validation that I was doing things and it was being noticed, even though I might not have been in the headlines for it. That's okay. I'll have to say also that knowing Wilma Mankiller actually changed the trajectory of our whole family. Because I didn't, my folks, you know, my dad, I don't know if you remember my dad, the late William Smoke, but he was a community person. He wasn't a very outspoken person, but when he had something to say, it was important. And as I had graduated from college and started working for the tribe, that was always going to be my thing. I'm going to be the tribe. I'm going to work for my tribe. And I'm going to be there till I die. Well, Wilma came to my family and asked my dad back in 1990 to run for tribal council to represent Mays County, the Mays district. And he agreed. And because of the nepotism laws that we had at that time, it was, well, if he gets elected, you're gonna have to give up your position. Really? Yes, really. But it's okay, because he got elected and he served 2 terms. But he never would have done that if Wilma Mankiller had not asked him to and supported him in his candidacy. We'll bring that around. And around 2003, I decided I wanted to do that job as well. And I had Wilma Mankiller's support to do that. We would not be where we are. We would not have done the things that we've done. We would not have had the experiences and made the contacts that we have had it not been for Wilma Mankiller. The job that I'm in now is because of the people I knew and the relationships I built while at Cherokee Nation, and seeing the things that I saw. My boss now is here. And she's gonna share some stories too with her friendship, Ms. Pam Iron. But some of the other things that Wilma taught me was that when you say you're gonna do something, you do it. You follow through. It may not be in the time that you hoped it would be in, but you'll get it done. Another thing that I learned from her is no matter what your position is, you've got to be real. The people need to know that you are one of them. no matter what your position is, you are with the people. And you treat others that way. She also said that, you don't always like everybody, right? You gotta work with people that you don't always really care for. And they have very different opinions. But what I learned from Wilma Mankiller was that you continue to do the work. You set those differences aside and you come together and do the work for the people. I may not have been one of the really close people in her circle, but she affected me in many, many ways, and my family. And so, again, to be included in this event today is a great, great, great honor. And I'm so appreciative to the family. And I'm so appreciative of the fact that we got girls that can play with an indigenous Barbie. We got that. And people will know. People will see this. I have my, it's over here. Oh, it went in my pocket. I have my Wilma Mankiller quarter, because my mom had them made into necklaces for us and the girls, and we're all wearing them today. So, when you think about people that have had influence in your life, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are the closest person to them. You could be the furthest person from them. But if they can have that kind of impact, like Wilma Mankiller has had on so many of us in this room, that is powerful. That is amazing. Thank you for having me here today. And I just have to add one more thing. We were close enough friends that back when I finally found my one and only, and we were getting ready to get married, I asked Wilma, would you do the honor of being one of my witnesses on my marriage license? And we were close enough that she said, yes, I would love to. So I have that, and I will always have that. And it was a very special request, and so special that she agreed. That was Wilma P. Mankiller. Widow.
Thank you so much, Audra, for those heartfelt words. Now we will hear from our friend, Mary Kay Henderson. Mary Kay